Hello, this is Emily, and today I would like to share with you this phenomenal activity that would totally blow your mind. So this activity is called MUN, and I participated in this activity last February. And for MUN, it stands for Model United Nations. And throughout this council, we role-play delegates to the United Nations, and we have to stimulate UN committees. And from my past experience, I represented Congo from GA3rd, the organization. And don't worry about it if you have never heard of Tonga, because for me, I didn't know where it is until I did research about it, so don't worry about it. And later, I would like to develop some ideas about the requirements of participating in this activity. So first of all, it requires substantial researching, and second of all, it's public speaking. And for public speaking, I'm not talking about like right now just me and you talking in front of the camera. No, it's you standing on the podium and talking to hundreds of delegates all over the country. And even though most of the participants are from Taiwan, like we're all Taiwanese, but still there are some students overseas, and it could really make great pressure for you just standing there, and with a minimum of 1 minute with 60 seconds, you have to develop all of your ideas and try to be calm and still talking. Like, it has to make sense. It makes you super nervous. And third, it requires debate. Throughout this council, it's a 2-day meeting, and aside from the social events at night, we're all talking about, like, we're debating over the issue. For example, in my past experience, we were talking about how to enhance the visibility of women's rights and also climate change, this kind of stuff. And it could be really tiring and exhausting when you have to talk about, like, over and over again, try to emphasize what the delegates really care about, like from the country's perspective and how to make the world a better place. And fourth, it requires writing skills, because when we're working on a working paper, like, and finally we would have to hang out a solution, like all the delegates would vote for one solution that would conclude all the problems. So during the process, we have to work on working papers and hang out position papers. And when you're doing that, you have to write in a really formal way. Like, you can't say things like I think, maybe, or perhaps. This kind of vocabularies is totally prohibited from the paper. And next, it requires teamwork and leadership abilities. There's something really interesting about it. During a lunchtime, can you imagine we're all like sitting in a circle having McDonald's, but we're not gossiping about where you're going tonight, or who's cute, who's hot. No, we're talking about real serious stuff, like the real solution of how to enhance the visibility of women's rights, and how to practice in, like, we try to combine our ideas into a solution, and it worked out really well. And as for leadership abilities, it's a really good experience for you when you're in this meeting and you don't know anyone else. Like, most of all, we participate as a single delegate. So when we have to work with people from other country or other school, you always have to compromise. And yeah, it could be hard sometimes, but when you realize that there are people actually know a lot more than you do, or we see things from certain perspective, and it feels really good to work together. And last but not least, I would like to share about why I recommend this activity. Because first of all, when you participate MUN, you get knowledge of international relations. And when I'm saying this, it's not just watching CNN or BBC or you listen to ICRT all the time. No, when you participated in this activity, you work on it and do a lot of research, and we spend time talking, debating on this issue. And even though we're not like real delegates from United Nations, but it feels really good to have a group of people talking about international relations, and um, with our like little strength, and you can still make the world a better place to live. And second of all, you can form a worldwide vision, as I just said. Um, yeah, and last but not least, establish long-lasting friendship with brilliant people who also care about the welfare of mankind. And it's really interesting when the activities is already over and students are already back to their school, and we still keep in touch on Facebook and talk with a really cool way. Like during the meeting, we would say, when you want to raise a question, you cannot say anything until the chairman asks, are there any motion on the floor? And like after the activity and we still want to hang out and do some stuff together, we would type those kind of thing on Facebook and say, motion, I would like to motion for a on-mock caucus, and last for like 50 minutes or last for a day, for and for the purpose of partying all night. I know it sounds crazy, but it is such a great experience. I would definitely recommend you to participate at least one time in your life. And don't worry, it's not just only in Taiwan, it's an activity that takes place all over the world. And if you're really interested, just feel free to come to me and I would like to share more information for you. And this is all I've got today. Thank you.